Ladies and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we do like and an L to the things that we don't. It's been so long since we've done one, I don't remember who's going first. So, do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Sure.
You want me to go? All right.
No, you asked me, do I want to go first? But no, it's okay.
No,
It seems like you're moving.
I couldn't tell if you said you wanted to go or not. No, you go.
No, go ahead.
Go.
Nope.
Go.
Yep.
All right, I'll go.
Nope. I got it. All right, here we go. I have nothing but L's this week. Nothing but L's.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should get these few notes that I need to get out of the way first. R.I.P. to Pele.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Fun fact, even though I grew up here in Columbus, Ohio, with an MLS champion, a former MLS champion, Columbus Crew, literally minutes down the road, live minutes away from Matt Free Stadium, the first soccer players that I ever knew by name were Pele and Freddie Adu.
Freddie Adu is a name I haven't heard in a while.
Pele and Freddie Adu. I couldn't tell you a single player on the Columbus Crew, but I knew Freddie Adu and I knew Pele.
I still can't tell you a player on the Crew. But shout out to the Crew.
Yeah, no, well, you shout him out. Anyways, yeah, definitely shout out or RIP to Pele. He died at 82 this week. And also one that we missed a couple weeks ago, Paul Silas. Definitely a sad one there. So RIP to both of them. Thoughts and prayers out to the families.
No RIP to Barbara Walters. Just.
Yeah. Barb is no longer with us. We actually got that as we're recording, man. RIP to Barbara Walters. Moving on. I gotta give Nick Cannon an L.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. 12 kids is too much, bro. 12 kids would have been a lot of kids for an old country farmhand back in the 1940s. So 2022, when child support is a thing, and I don't. Oh well, he has a good relationship with all his baby mothers, so it's cool. Tell me you ain't never dealt with multiple women without telling me you ain't never dealt with multiple women. Like, say it louder so that I know all the virgins in the room. It's not a sustainable model. Yes, everyone's happy now and everything's great. Because the money's good. Money's great. What happens when the money slows? Nick, what happens when Viacom decides, you know what? We don't need you anymore. Same way they did 2 years ago. What's up then? Is everybody still happy, hunky-dory when they're not getting time and money? They're accepting not getting the time now. Because the money's great. Do they accept not getting the time when the money isn't great?
You're missing the play, right? Obviously,
Maybe.
If anything happens to Nick where he loses out on a hosting job, or he can't go on tour with Wang out anymore, or he can't host whatever reality show he's hosting or whatever, he goes to Hulu or Netflix or Peacock and pitches them on a reality show called Cheaper by the Dozen. And then they all get paid off the residuals.
He wanted to do something like that. Listen, they are putting together the first 2 chapters of his documentary right now as we speak. They are collecting the information. They're just waiting for him to catch a charge or for one of these women to be disgruntled enough to come out and start saying stuff that doesn't sound so flattering to folks who are not in polyamorous relationships or you can't even call it's not even a polyamorous relationship. He just got a bunch of baby mamas.
But he keeps going back to some of them.
He only went back to like 1.
I think 2.
No.
He didn't have...
He had 3 kids by 1 woman, and then he had 2 kids by Mariah.
No, but there was one that he almost had a kid with. The kid didn't make it, but then he went back and had a kid with her again.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, so they only had 1 child per se, but they had 2 pregnancies. Okay. Yeah, I mean, either way, it doesn't make it any more normal. What is it? Because I feel like it's something deeper to this than just wanting children, because wanting children that you can't possibly give the attention that they're owed, first of all, it's not a good thing. That doesn't really seem like it's serving the purpose to me. It's like it's something deeper there. Is it just a deep fear of intimacy? I feel like that would be very basic. That'd be very basic if that's what it was. Or is it just like, do you ever plan on marrying a woman that you have a kid with again? Like, women can have multiple babies. Like, you can have, more than one or two.
He said something about marriage to where he didn't. He said he didn't fuck with it. I thought.
Didn't fuck with it, but wants to populate the earth with his minions.
I think he said something along the lines of like marriage isn't meant for us. Like it was one of those deep, philosophical. Like marriage isn't really meant for us. We're not supposed to be together with one person or some shit. I don't know.
I struggle with ideologies that preach for altruistic freedom, but abjugate responsibility. It's like, yeah, you got to give in to your primal senses. And when we were animals, we did this, that, and the third before society and all this other stuff. And yeah, that's probably true. But when we were closer to animals, we also ate our young. You know what I'm saying? Like we also, the small and the weak and the elderly got eaten. They died. Brutal deaths. Hospice. There's a balance here, right? There's a responsibility that we have now that we have a society, and we have a responsibility for the lives that we bring in this world. At least you're supposed to, right? So, just this idea that like you have a higher, more animalistic calling to procreate, but that doesn't extend to your role as a parent or a father. That I have a problem with. Because the same way we evolved into, hunters, gatherers, and then innovators and inventors, right? We also developed a familial tie. We created what is now known as a nuclear family. What other species has that? It is as much a part of our nature and our person, our makeup as human beings, as our uncontrollable urge to fuck. It should be. But some of y'all are coming up with these ideals that kind of skirt the responsibility of marrying a partner or fathering your children, and you're replacing it with, no, men have babies. Spread that seed as much as you can. It's just, how many of these kids are going to grow up hating you because they only saw you a month out of the year in total? Does that play into your plunder, or do you even give a damn how any of these children are going to feel when they find out that they're one of 12 and their mom's one of 8?
I feel like I've already made this joke, but I think he's seen the SVU episode with John Stamos and took that to heart.
20? Not even close.
What are you talking about?
You're only checked in New York. Look around the country, a bit into Europe. You'll find I have 47 children. And I love each and every one of them.
All right, next L's coming up is for Mr. Andrew Tate.
Damn it. Let me take that off my list.
Yeah, man, he got some nasty business going on over there. I guess we should have known. He said some shit about Lizzo.
Or Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, that one too.
He got bodied.
So let's lay it out. He's being accused of human trafficking. He's been accused of human trafficking some young women and abusing them and holding them against their will. That's what he's been accused of, him and his brother. Right? They, according to reports, had both been arrested. Mm-hmm. There was a video that came out of Andrew Tate a long time ago. To describe it without, trying to mess up well, I've already said F word one time, so I might as well just let it rip, right? The video basically is him reprimanding this woman dressed scantily in lingerie like she's a child, and then eventually goes upside her head and starts whooping her ass, essentially, right there in the bed in front of the camera. Now, they're filming this. Someone's filming this. It's purposeful. It seems like it may be some of that, ooh, punch me in the eye and spit in my mouth kind of, grunge porn thing. But At the same time, I could also see in it as somebody who's really getting fucked up, and they just don't want to say or cry out in a way that would make it seem like it's. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to make sense of it. But the girl herself has made a couple of videos claiming that she didn't do anything against her will. It was a kink. She's not abused or being held against her will or being, trafficked or anything like that. The girl in the video. Y'all watch it for yourselves. Watch her explanation, and y'all decide what you think is really going on. I just found it a little interesting that they have her on record saying that she wanted that. It's not out of the realm of possibility that somebody's been Stockholm syndromed into, I mean, look at literally what just happened with R. Kelly. There are still girls to this day that are defending their right to be there with Robert.
And pretty much damning their parents to do so.
Yeah. So whether it's straight up sexual assault, whether it was all the Me Too stuff that was going on, it has become so much more of a nuanced conversation. Like non-consensual consent. Does that statement even make sense to you?
No, not at all.
But it is a thing, right? It is a thing. It's so much more that has to be dealt with now on the landscape of sex when you're not with a monogamous partner. So like, I don't know where to go with it. If she's telling the truth, then no, they should be released. I mean, it's kind of hard to say that, but it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, the way it was set up, the way it looked like they meant to be recording. This wasn't no secret camera. She didn't set it up just so that she could have it on film and bring it out against them later. Now, that's just her. That's just her. That's not any of the other women that they're accused of trafficking. So we'll see what comes of that. But I think the moral of the story is try your best not to talk shit about Lizzo, or you might catch some sort of sexual retaliation.
Or
not even retaliation.
Greta Thunberg is the one lining niggas up. Did you see how it all happened?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they were going back and forth, and I guess at one point he sent her a tweet basically saying like, "These are my 33 cars or whatever that are fucking up the climate." And she says something along the lines of, "Oh, great, yeah, send me an email of all your cars at small penis at idon'thavealife.com or some shit," right? And so
isn't she like 12 or 13?
She's 19 now. But
damn, what? She's a whole adult?
Yeah, when she started, she was like 12. But yes.
Shit.
Like yeah, I know.
Fam, it's been like 7 years since she's been around.
I know.
My life gone.
Right. So then he sends her a video, I guess, replying to her. I didn't see the full video or anything like that, but I guess in the video he had a pizza box. This pizza box is a place that's like a chain in Romania, and they found out that he's been living there for like a month or whatever based off of the box that was in the video, and they went and got his ass.
Oh, so they've been looking for him. Oh, sheesh. You know what's so funny? There are so many Andrew Tates. Like, doing different variations of what it is he does, but it always leads back to women. Have you ever seen The Vow? It's a documentary about Nexium. Have you ever heard about them?
I don't think so.
Keith Raniere, does that name ring a bell to you at all?
Yeah, but I don't.
Okay. So Keith Raniere created a process to try and isolate human behavior and draw out some of the, and I'm doing probably a poor job of explaining this, but to try and isolate certain human behaviors so that you can correct them. And they applied it to certain behavioral problems like Tourette's. And so he was actually out here trying to cure Tourette's, and he had some success with certain clients, right? And he would use these things called modules, and it's like mental repetition mixed with some therapy involved in it, and it's basically trying to, I don't want to compare it to electroshock therapy, but you know how like they'll give you an image, or they'll put an image in your mind of whatever it is that afflicts you, and they try to shock it out of you, essentially. Yeah. His thing was, we're going to isolate whatever the problem is, we're going to repetitively attack it, we're going to walk you back to make you realize that that's the root cause, and then essentially you won't have Tourette's anymore. That's the way I can explain it. He used those modules to mind control women into name branding his initials right above their coochie.
Why?
Like 20 of them. Like 20 of them. And then, like, some of them still to this day are, oh, no, he does all these great things, and we did that because we chose to. The chick from Smallville, blonde chick, not Lois Lane, but the chick who was following around Clark, who was hopelessly in love with him but never had a chance. That chick, Allison Mack, was one of his key, like, this top girl, his bottom bitch, his day one, was out there recruiting other young women to come in and be in this quote-unquote sorority of Keith lovers. So he had something in one hand, right, that was so valuable to not just men, but to people all over the world. This man has had sit-downs with the Dalai Lama, right? And the only thing that you could think to do about it was use it to get some butt. Like, you were curing Tourette's, and you just had to use it to get some ass. It reminds me of these guys. That's the through line. It's like they have amazing command, and they actually speak to a lot of problems that go ignored. What do they use it for? Women.
They use it
it's not to attract
They
women.
use it to essay women.
Yeah, to essay women.
That's essay for sure. Absolutely.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
That
We need to rein it back in. Oh, this one's tough. This one's really tough. Daredevil. So apparently, Daredevil Reborn is not going to have a mature rating. According to the series star, Charlie Cox. It's going to have the same feel.
Nope.
But we want to broaden the audience. Oh my God. More broaden the audience talk. With the millions of people who are already viewing this show over on Netflix, not enough. Wasn't enough? Like, that's not enough for you. You need more. You need to broaden the audience even more than that. God damn these people, man. I swear to God. If they flop on Daredevil Reborn, what reason do I have to watch any other Disney Plus show? Thank God Secret Invasion is going to come out before Daredevil. Thank Jesus. Because if I had to watch a PG version of Daredevil before watching Secret Invasion, I wouldn't even give Secret Invasion a chance. I wouldn't even give it a chance. Whose idea is this? I always feel like it's interesting when we get into this, oh, let's expand the audience talk. Because it's like, okay, who do you want to expand it to? And for what reason?
The She-Hulk audience?
Because how are you expanding your Marvel universe into the adult audience? How are you chipping into that Invincible, Boys, Peacemaker crowd, Titans? How are you chipping away at that? That shit's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Invincible 2's been announced. Season 2's been announced. The Boys Season 4 is coming out. They have a spin-off series for The Boys announced coming on in Amazon. Are you going to allow Amazon to close the gap on you in streaming off of one series and a spin-off, a tertiary series to that original? 7 Disney Plus shows in 2 years. So for a studio to be able to even be talking about gaining back some of that market share of your 7 shows, some of which are going to get multiple seasons, and they're competing with 2. One of them is an animated series. It doesn't look good. And already, people aren't watching. Some of them got very good numbers. Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, WandaVision, all the early ones got very good numbers. Oh, gosh, She-Hulk. It's Marvel. Didn't do as great. Don't give up the market there. And I'm just, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. Because if you're not willing to do it here, you weren't willing to do it in Moon Knight. You only dipped your toe in it in Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier. When are you going to get to it? When are you going to do the thing? When are you going to expand the umbrella of Disney beyond that of the happy-go-lucky nobody bleeds when they're stabbed area. When are we going to graduate out of that? Because if you're not, you are just solidifying the realm where you are weak. You are creating a void where you are weak for other people to step into. I don't know why you would do that. Why would you concede that part of the market? You want everything else. You want women, you want children, you want the gay community, you want black people, Asian people, Latino people. You want everything under the sun except for people who want R-rated content? Weird place to draw the line. Last L. This is a man who has made 2 other appearances on my L's list this football season, and he's crashing in for a resounding 3rd. Robert Griffin III needs to find another career. I don't think TV commentating is it. I just don't think that's where he's gonna last.
McThickham's not doing it for you?
McThickham's defense got to get a little head. Now, when he's describing naysayers of a black quarterback, you know what he calls them? Oh, wait, I don't even think the person they were talking about was black. Who are they talking about? What quarterback were they talking about? He was defending a quarterback on College Football Live. And when he goes, yeah, you know, and a lot of people said this, that, and the third about him, and, you know, he kind of cleared up, you know, what those jigaboos said. I said, what?
People said that Jalen Hurts couldn't get it done. He couldn't operate from the pocket. He's not the quarterback of the future. I think he proved all those jigaboos wrong.
Jigga what? Jigga who? No. You know what made it even worse? First of all, internet, I don't know why y'all waited this long to tell me. Y'all really petty that way. Y'all wait until somebody fucked up to bring this type of stuff up. It didn't make it no better that his wife, right? Apparently, he was, tasting the food. You know how the game day guys do? They bring out the platters of food for them to eat sometimes. Well, somebody brought out some chicken for Robert Griffin III. His wife tweets him with a picture underneath of him eating the chicken and said, I know damn well you ain't on TV eating chicken like that. Want to guess what race his wife is?
I already know.
And you out here calling black food jigaboos on national TV? Dog. Now, I don't got no problems with your snow bunny wife. Do what you do. Love who you love. Stick it where you want. She's making y'all so what I got from that tweet is that y'all be making black jokes. That's what I got. You be making black jokes with your white wife. And probably some of that shit you say with your white wife slipped out on TV by accident.
Is that not what we think happens amongst interracial couples anyway?
Like, that's not weird? I guess I've never dated out of my race long enough to know like what those conversations is. I never got to a point of, are we close enough that I can make black jokes in your presence? I've never been that close. Like, I just don't understand it. I really don't understand the urge either. So this is the person that you love, that you want to be with, right? Obviously, you're married to him. It's humorous to you to make stereotypical jokes about him. Not just stereotypical in the way that like, oh yeah, we part of the community, we've experienced these things, we can make fun of certain aspects and know that it's in kind and it's coming from a place of love. No, Becky Snow Bunny making the tropiest tropey joke about a black man eating chicken that she could possibly do. Oh, by the way, that's my husband.
Do they have kids?
I don't know. Because
then whatever way you feel about him and whatever you're saying about him also applies to
children. Your children. So your children aren't allowed to eat chicken on national TV? It's bad enough your husband can't without you saying something on a public platform, right? You got him out here talking about jigaboos and porch monkeys. Got his vernacular all messed up. Hate to see it.
All right. Let's start with my dubs. I got a couple of easy dubs, I think, before we get into some good ones. Some good ones, for sure. My first dub is going to go to whoever booked Hitman Holla versus Easy the Block Captain, a.k.a. Homeboy from Bel-Air.
Oh, Homeboy. The one that was Rashad. The one I was looking for him. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So I haven't watched battle rap in quite some time. Like, I haven't watched a battle that I haven't already watched forever. Like, I haven't watched any new battles in probably months. I don't know if it's been all year, but it's been a while. So this one gets me hyped because I haven't seen Hitman in a while, and Rashad from Bel-Air is pretty good. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna check that out. I don't remember who booked it. I think I heard Remy is booking battles. Remy Ma is booking battles out there. So
Okay.
I don't know if this is part of her thing, but I'm looking forward to it.
Man, Holla been doing all his lines on Wild 'N Out, so he prepared.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
That was a fucking joke. You were supposed to be like, they don't really rap on Wild 'N Out.
No, he does. He does.
Okay.
He absolutely raps on Wild 'N Out.
Okay.
They do the cut the beat thing. Do they still do that? Is that a thing?
Yeah, but if he said anything he's ever said on Wild 'N Out on a URL stage, do you think he would have got any play?
Yeah, but it's keeping him, kind of.
Oh, that keeps his skill sharp.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like Jordan shooting on a mini hoop, talking about, yeah, he's sharp though. He's sharp. He's ready to play at any minute.
Jordan wouldn't shoot on a mini hoop. He's too busy, trying to be with Mary J. Blige.
Rapping on Wild 'N Out is the equivalent of shooting on a mini hoop. Just Hilarious is your competition.
He still got bars though.
B. Simone,
Yeah.
Pretty V is your competition.
Absolutely.
Emmanuel,
They just layups.
layups on a mini rim.
Yeah, bro. He's staying fresh over there on Wild 'N Out. Quit hating. Pusha T.
Yeah.
DJ Drama. Gangsta Grills Project.
Shut up. Gangsta Brazil.
Gangsta
We got
Grills
Pusha motherfucking T.
on the way.
It ain't just Arby's commercials over here. No. Ha. Look how that's messed up. Look how that's fucked up.
DJ all up in your shit.
DJ all up in your shit. Greg, pull up whenever you want. We just over here chilling. Ha. You know what it is.
Yo, but a Pusha T Gangsta Grills mixtape is on brand. It's pretty on brand.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Definitely need that to happen immediately. Especially if that's going to be the project for next year. Put it on Apple Music right now. Please make it happen.
You're
Got to give a dub to Luka Doncic for his
60-point triple-double. That was insane.
Insane.
That was nuts.
Like, I don't know if Luka's next up. I mean, there's a lot of guys who seem to be next up, but he's putting in his resume.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about the NBA right now. I think there's an alpha. I think Giannis is pretty close. Who else?
Ja's definitely up there.
Obviously, Steph. It doesn't feel to be an alpha, though.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be one clear leader. It's surely not my guy anymore. Either one of my guys.
Well, who do you think your guy was going to be, AD? Because Bron was already a guy.
Well, yeah, I was saying LeBron, but it just doesn't feel like he's leading the pack anymore. It hasn't felt like he's leading the pack in a few years.
But he has been a guy at some point.
Sure, it doesn't suit me now. What does 2011 do for me now? What does 2013, 2014, 15, 16, what does any of that shit do for me now?
And none of that does anything for you.
It does feel like there's a void for a new alpha.
Yeah.
Somebody need to take the reins,
It could be honest. He already has one ring and probably won't be Trae Young since him and DeJounte Murray aren't doing that good, but
maybe KD is still, sneaking around out there if he can get something done in the postseason. We'll see, but
it's gonna be tough.
this doesn't feel like anybody's leading it.
Yeah.
I have become very nihilistic towards my Los Angeles Lakers, man. I have little to no faith in them. It feels like the tail end of the Nash, Howard, Kobe years. Feels a lot like that.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, there is zero reason why we should go through that again. And we're just going to have to make the hard decision of asking LeBron where he wants to go. Especially with this new injury to Anthony Davis, man. It's like every single year you have been here, including the 2020 championship, you have been out at least 30 games.
Mm-hmm.
At least.
Yeah.
And it's not getting no better. You are not getting healthier. You haven't changed your body in any noticeable way, I don't think. Like, not, at least not to me, a layman. It doesn't seem like you've changed your body. I don't know what you've done with your regimen or your training or who you're listening to. I don't know any of that. But the results have been the same. So now we're at a spot where we have dedicated years and money to this guy, and it doesn't look like it's ever going to pan out.
At all.
You have an indefinite injury. They don't even know when you're going to be back this season, fam. If you're going to be back this season. LeBron's 38 years old. 38. Can't just pick up the slack for you whenever you want to.
My next dub is going to a show that we are going to have to start reviewing pretty soon, which is Snowfall, because they're coming back for their final season on February 22nd, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Bel-Air, we've got Power coming up soon, obviously, in March. We've got Snowfall now. We got a lot of TV shows coming up.
A lot of shit coming up. The promo that I saw for the final season of Snowfall, I don't know if I was messing with it or not. Because it showed everybody chasing Franklin. Everybody that Franklin put in position to even chase Franklin was chasing Franklin.
Could be a nice little diversion, trying to get you to think one way and then really...
Sure. That's. I mean, from how everything ended, I don't see how we end up there. Right, with Lou finding out what it actually is with homeboy Teddy. That can't last long, especially with Jerome. He's not about to have that. Even if we don't go back to messing with Franklin, I'm not about to mess with this dude. Veronique, ooh, that's going to be the interesting part. That's going to be the most interesting thing about next season, because they didn't get to her shit this season. They didn't get to her. They going to open up next season with Franklin getting robbed or something like that, and Veronique going to pop out the back like, I told you I was sneaky. Pop out.
I don't need to see her anymore.
I told you my mama was a hustler. You should have listened carefully.
Yeah, no, I look forward to it. Apparently, Snowfall and Bel-Air are going to fall on the same schedule like they did last year. So, live streams for the reviews again, I guess.
Do it.
All right. And then my last dub goes to another TV show that, again, we should probably get to reviewing at some point. It's a TV show that I like to call God Damn, the TV show, because, oh my God, Nia Long, Sanaa Lathan, men look amazing.
First of all, where did Shelby come from? Shelby never looked like that in the older movies, bro. Shelby never looked like that in the old movies. I don't know where that came from.
Well, I mean, she was okay. I mean, she was
right. I was definitely leaning towards Regina Hall, and it wasn't just the attitude either. I was like, yeah, give me candy.
That's a fact. But no, like, they all look great. Even Boris Kojo's wife. Why can't I think of her name?
Oh yeah, she played the she has some of the funniest moments in the series. I was kind of upset that it didn't last as long, but
between her and Merch had some pretty hilarious parts.
Yeah. I was kind of pissed at some of Merch's parts, but when we get to the breakdown, we'll talk about it.
I just got to give a dub to it because the women look still amazing.
It's been a very enjoyable series. Like, first of all, I don't know why we did this thing where we released all 8 of these long ass episodes. Like, this is basically like 2.5 movies worth. Who did you expect to watch this all before Christmas? Who do you think you are, Peacock?
Literally 2 days before Christmas too. Like,
plus, when they said it was 8 episodes, I didn't expect every episode to be an hour long. Like, why are we not doing this weekly? Who's making the decisions over there? You mean you had a chance to keep people on your app for an hour for 8 straight weeks, and you decided to just vomit it out to people 2 days before Christmas?
Yep.
And the movie not about Christmas either.
At all.
Who's running this? But I will say that I think most of the press, most of the reaction to the series has been very positive. So maybe, Best Man Final Chapters doesn't end up being the final chapter. We'll see. Maybe.
Fingers crossed. Give us one more season. I'm here for it.
I mean, you know what? For what they're doing in this series, it feels unlikely because they are tying up a lot of loose ends.
Yes, they are.
But I mean, never say never, right? Money talks.
I mean, I would have thought the movie could have been the ending, or the holiday, the Best Man holiday.
It could have been, but then there's still a lot of questions that come out of that. What does Lance do after Mia dies? What does Jordan do with her white hubby? Does she actually stay with him? What else? Oh, Candace entering academia after a life of exotic dancing. She got her education, and now she's
escorting.
Which came out of nowhere. She's an educator now, and what happens with that? Everybody got kids.
Yeah.
And some people's kids have bigger story plots than others, and that certainly leads to interesting things going on. I feel like when I was watching it, it just felt like they probably had 1 or 2 more movies left in the tuck about what could have been with everybody, and then they just found a way to try to condense that into 8 very long episodes.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that, but any more, and I think we'll be basically breaking down the show. So
yeah,
great show, and the women look great, absolutely great. Anyway, on to my L's. Quick L with this one. So when we were younger, there was a certain magazine that we would get every month that as black kids, I know we enjoyed very much because we enjoy sneakers. And there was tons of them in this magazine.
I thought you were talking about Jet Magazine.
No, I'm not talking about Jet Magazine, but they should.
Jet Beauty of the Week?
They should definitely bring Jet Magazine back. But anyway, East Bay is ending this month.
What? Ending?
Done. Not happening anymore. They are not being shipped out anymore.
First of all, I only found out that they were still sending out East Bay magazines like maybe like a year ago. But damn, they done? They're not selling shoes?
Well, I don't know. I know they used to have a website. I haven't been on it because I don't get on eastbay.com.
Like they had to have transferred over from mail order from this damn magazine to internet shop. They had to have.
I'm just being told that East Bay is done.
It's kaput. No more.
I don't know in what capacity. I don't know if it's the company as a whole. I don't know if it's the magazine. I don't know if it's what it is. But East Bay is closing at the end of the month. And I'm upset because even though I don't subscribe to them anymore, but I really enjoyed looking at shoes that I was never going to get.
All them Dada's.
Oh, no.
I'm like, damn, bro.
And the strength shoes with the little thing.
Like, damn, bro, I don't even see nobody wearing these damn Reeboks, bro. You trying to sell me these fucking Reeboks?
And then they always have like 3 to 4 pages of like baseball and soccer and cheerleading shit. And it's just like, all right.
Now, it was a good place to get like some of your apparel stuff for football, for sure.
Yeah.
Like some of your accessories, visors, gloves, cleats, that kind of stuff. But they never transferred over to brick and mortar. And when I was getting East Bay magazines, you had to order them. You had to fill out the thing and order them from the magazine. So if that's the way they were still doing business, I guess I understand why they done.
I know they had a website at one point. I don't know how well they were keeping up with the website because I haven't been on there forever, but
I have a hard time believing that East Bay couldn't compete with Foot Locker or any of these boutiques that sell sneakers.
I think East Bay is under the same wing as one of those shoe stores. It's either like Foot Locker or Champs or East Bay is under Foot Locker.
Yep. Well, makes sense. You must have purchased them at some point. Expect to see all the retro Reebok, Adidas, whatever, coming through Foot Locker stores because they got to do something with that inventory.
That's a fact. So we'll see. All right, my last L goes to Chris Rock and Netflix. Because apparently Chris Rock and Netflix are going to have the first Netflix live global event, which seems to probably be stand-up.
Have fun, bro. See what happens when you stay in line?
Yikes.
You're rewarded when you're a good boy. Yeah, when you in a room full of white guys and one Jew, and the Jew is the one who has the problem with everybody fling around the N-word like it's sweet. That's what you get, man. You get rewarded. You get to host the The first live event in Netflix history.
Dave Chappelle didn't even do that.
Well, Dave Chappelle doesn't play along very well, does he?
He does not. Not at all. I don't know. I don't know what he's expecting from this. I'm sure he's going to probably get a little bit of backlash at some point for it, but at least he got it. At least he got the event. I don't know what he's going to do for it.
I'm planning on watching it anyway, so congratulations to him, I suppose.
I guess. Any other dubs, L's, thoughts for the week?
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Give us your dubs and L's. Tell us what you thought about ours in the prompt below. Make sure you come back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. for another Dubs and L's segment.
Absolutely. And make sure you check out our previous Dubs and L's where we recap previous weeks, see what we talked about, and then make sure you subscribe because we will do this every week at 10 o'clock on Wednesday. Because I forgot the day because I'm an idiot. Peace.